So when you look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Marvel Studios movies, I think it's safe to say that everybody can agree that the heroes are definitely the spotlight. They take their time, they develop them, and we end up falling in love with these characters. Characters that we never thought we would know or love or even see in live action, like the Guardians of the Galaxy or the upcoming Inhumans, are all going to become giant household names within a year of their release. And they go on and become a mainstay in pop culture. They've done this with the movies, they're doing this with the TV shows, and it's rather insane. But one thing cannot be understated, and that's the fact that most people will automatically point out that Marvel has a serious villain issue. And I'm going to agree with this to a degree. I think Kingpin is absolutely amazing and one of the best villains in any form of media. He was so well handled. And then, for every one of him, you're going to have a Whiplash, where that villain was awful. Because of everything they did to him and all the scenes they cut out, which is unfortunate. But when you think about it, for every one of him, you also have a Loki, or a Winter Soldier, or a Baron Mordo. So I think they get a little bit too much flack saying you have terrible villains, where yes, they do, don't get me wrong. Like, Ronan? Malekith? The worst? I would argue Malekith is trash. Absolutely awful. One of the worst villains in any movie. Like, he sucked. Just plain out saying it right now, he was goddamn awful. I wish I could forget he was actually in a movie, which sucks because Christopher Eccleston's a great actor, great character, but look what happened to him, right? And then you look at something like on Netflix, you look at Diamondback, the character was kind of awful compared to Cottonmouth, who was absolutely amazing, and he wasn't even a villain. He was more like a hero who just happened to be in a bad situation. So they definitely have this 50-50 problem, which actually was brought up recently by Kevin Feige, who of course runs everything in Marvel. And he says, when specifically asked about it, he says that they're always striving to deliver what the story, needs and what is going to serve the story the best. And this is what Kevin Feige said. We've been criticized. If a big criticism of ours is that we focus on the heroes more than the villains, I think that's probably true. I don't think it will always be true. Now, honestly, I kind of agree with him. He definitely acknowledges that, yeah, the heroes are the spotlight. But the same thing I've always argued is we need to have heroes be the best character in their own movie. If the hero fails in a superhero movie, and if he doesn't deliver the hero status, then the movie's not going to work. If you're basing a villain around the movie, then the hero gets the spotlight taken away from him, which is unfortunate. And when we talk about movies that did this, one that comes to mind is The Dark Knight. A lot of people will tell you all the great quotes and lines and the memorable scenes when Heath Ledger, and holy crap was he amazing, but Batman got put in the background. And that seems to happen with Batman a lot, where his villains take center stage. Now this has also been happening on the Marvel Netflix stuff, because the villains are so damn well defined that they take away from the hero, but luckily the show has enough time to develop both equally. So I'm glad that he acknowledges this, and I really cannot wait to see one villain that they're gonna get, spot on. He's gonna be like the best thing that they've done so far in the movies, at least for villains, and I'm hoping that villain comes soon.